Okay, sorry about that. Let me just quickly make sure for the sake of the recording, because I just missed everything. Okay, so as long as we catch it up with this, that's fine. Okay, let's move on. A wise man once said that the mind plays a very important role in the lives of an individual. I looked at the words of the wise man and I saw a very big truth in it. Why? Because the mind is what makes up a man. The mind is what makes up a man. It determines his view about life, how he lives his life, how he treats others around him, and the decision he takes concerning his life, and what he gives out to the society. In a clear terms, as a leader, the mind is the epicenter that determines every activities and actions a man takes. So when you see any leader out there in your company, in the organization where you're working, or even in the nation or in your society, anywhere, when you see their reaction, when you observe their reaction, always know that that is the state of their mindset. The state of your mindset will determine what you see, obstacles or opportunity. Or you are afraid, or you have faith. You are ignorant to what you are doing, the information you are using, or you are gaining knowledge every day, just as all of you are on this stage. Failure or success, weakness or strength, threats or opportunities, and also finally negative or positive. Why is it necessary then for our mindset to be renewed? Why is it necessary for us to have growth mindset instead of fixed mindset? Positive mindset instead of negative mindset? Renewed mindset will bring transformation and enhance our education system, our leadership style, and move it to the next level of improvement or change. Change mindset will allow us as a leader to perform better, and will also make us to see opportunities for better future. Change is needed, especially in these modern worlds of technology, where we have all these social medias. It all depends. What are you writing? What are you posting? What are you saying to people? How are you treating them? How are you respecting? Because if you respect, you will get the respect back. Without growth mindset, there will be no change. And without change, there will be no progress. And I want to assure you, and because I believe that you are here for one purpose. You want to improve, you want to get better, you want to progress, and you want to be a successful leader in the society. Okay, so let's move on. Ways to change our mindset as a leader. You need to dream. Every leader out there needs to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, how are you leading the people? If you don't have a vision, what are you saying to people? How do you want them to achieve the goals? If you don't have goals and if you don't have vision, what are you working on? And how are you leading the people that are following you? Desire to be an impactful leader, not just a leader. I said it right from the beginning. On Monday, I said to you that we are all leaders, but then we want to develop that leadership in us. And the only way we can do that is when we continue to learn. And when we learn, you not just listening or going to seminars or conference, you need to get a better understanding of what you are learning. And then once you get the better understanding of what you're learning, then you can apply it to your life. Remember, I said yesterday, you cannot change people, but your life, your changing of yourself, your own transformation can reflect and influence and impact into others' lives. Decision on how I want to lead people is a great decision. You are a leader, but you need to lead others. That makes you a leader. Even if you are the mother and the father in the house as a family, you are still a leader. Even if you are the older sister or older brother, you are still a leader. Even when you are working at the very low level in your organization, you are still a leader. So leaders are different. We have different leaders, but you have to make up your mind. You have to make that serious decision how you want to lead people, how you want people to feel comfortable around you, how you want to achieve that goals with the team. Discipline. You need to discipline yourself as a leader. Diligent, consistently doing what you're doing. You know, when you start small, by the time you're focused and you consistently doing it without giving up, without feeling weak about it, you know, you can move on and get better and get better. Honest is very important. You need to be honest with yourself. Be real, be human as a leader. Let people feel you, that you are there for them. Be human and also be authentic. Be real to yourself. Don't fake your leadership, because fake doesn't last. Don't copy, because when you copy, you will run out of ideas. Get your own ideas. Set your own goals and inspire your team to work together and meet the goal. Integrity, very, very important. You need to be true to yourself and be true to the people that are following you. Be real. Let your yea be yea. Let your no be no. Let what you are saying relate to your own attitude and relate to you yourself. So be real to yourself. And also, when you plan and when you promise, always meet up to what you've said and what you've planned. First and foremost, people matter. Let's face it, it's the information age now. We have lots of information that has to get out there, and one person is not enough. The reason why you are on this platform as a leader is for you to grab the information, study it well, get a better understanding, and share it with others. Think about your end goals. Whenever you set goals, always think about the end result. That will make you to focus, and you'll be able to enlighten those people that are following you or working under your leadership. Communication with emotions and personalities matters. Remember, I said that we need to be human as a leader. So let people feel that you are there. When you speak, let them see that you are speaking from your heart. When you are directing, let them know that understand that that is the main thing we have to do to meet up the goals. So we always have to present ourselves. And that's the one reason why we have spent almost 2 hours yesterday discussing on personal development. Because who you are is who you are. And who you are is what the world we want to see. And it's not only by speaking, it's also about taking action. Because leaders, the followers want to see your reaction. Remember, I said right from the beginning of my teaching on Monday that there's a scenario here. We have an event, we have a condition, a circumstances, we have a challenge, we have some questions that we need to answer, we have a task that needs to be carried out, we have the goals that we need to achieve. How you respond to those things, it makes you a leader, because your response will lead to overcome, will lead to end time results. So that is the more reason that we should think H2H. Remember, H2H equals H plus H. Let me say that again. H2H is equal H plus H. And what is H? H is human and humility. So as a leader, you need to be human, and you also have to humble yourself. Every organization, every group, every team needs a leader. And that is why you are being opportuned to lead the team, to be the leader, to be the head of state, to be the president, to be the director. But it's an opportunity. But we need to make sure we make use of that opportunity by being human, and also humble yourself. If you don't humble yourself, you won't be approachable and you won't be flexible. If you don't humble yourself, you won't be able to learn from others as well. So it's very important that we understand this. If you don't get anything from this today, remember this. H2H equals H plus H, human and humility. Take 5 seconds and think about the 3 friends you love most, around the most, and see. Images, communication, words cannot. As much as you can include imaginary in your communication. But then, the most important thing is make yourself presentable. Everything you say is in your words. Take action. Because majority will watch you and observe you as a leader. Make yourself a mirror that people will see through. Make yourself the light. Ignite the light in you, even in the state of curiosity, even the state of uncertainty, even the state of not knowing what to do, confusion. So always make yourself as a leader, because you represent God. You represent your country. You represent your family. So it's very important, but that is not where we're going. How do we communicate effectively as a leader? Let me just quickly give you this. Observe others individually closely and learn from them. Before you can solve any problem, you need to observe before you speak. And that is the way you will know the type of language to use. For example, how I will speak to you will be different from how I will speak to my children. How I will speak to my children will be different from how I will speak to my husband. So how we're going to speak to the younger ones will be different from how we will speak to the older ones. The same thing happens. So we have to be careful and be mindful of our language. Build rapport and be human for a change. Don't be too serious that you scare people away, or people are not staying comfortably around you. Avoid favoritism. If you want to achieve a greater goals in life, avoid favoritism. Avoid comparison and competition, because it can damage, it can debilitize what you are trying to achieve. It can discourage even your followers, your team members, and even your people that works under you. Loving and inspiring them is very important. Correcting them in love. I know in a circular words, we don't want to use something like love, but really, to be honest with you, to want to really influence others, you need to act in love. Listening and respect their opinions. They might be right, they might be wrong, but please listen as a leader. Allowing them to express themselves, because you never know. It might be the statements they make that can turn things around. Watch out your own action. As we are the role model, as a leader, people look up to you. They look up to us. They are watching us. They are observing us. They are learning from us. So let us make an example of what we preach. They learn from what we do, even in front of them. Manage our emotions is very important. We're all human and we are not perfect. And we are still developing ourselves, including myself as well. So, but when you now try to mismanage yourself, then people will be scared and move away. But you don't want to do that. Remember, leaders influence. Leaders influence people. So you need to manage your emotions. We all have emotions, but the level of managing and controlling your emotions will be the level of the people that will learn and be imparted from you. So how do we undo a matter in front of our matters? Remember, I said as a leader, you are there to respond, and your response matters because your response is what will lead other people. Remember also, transforming your leadership and personal development is a process and is lifelong. Even if you've been a leader for 20 years or 100 years, you still need to keep transforming it because you gain new skills, new ideas, new innovative every day. So why do we need a paradigm shift? As a leader, we need to have a change in our lifestyle and in our businesses and even in our relationship and finance, because in order to survive and strive, we have to start the change process as soon as possible. We sometimes need to get rid of the unpleasant old memories. Remember, I spoke about fixed mindset and growth mindset. These are the things that we are saying here. That don't just base on what you've known, because what you've known might not be working at this stage anymore. Don't just base on the system, because the system you know already might not be the right system for change. If you say you are a change maker, if you say you have come here to make a change, then you don't need to base it on the systems that is there, because that systems will not work anymore. So as a leader, you need to critically think, how am I going to make this system better? How am I going to change and integrate this kind of systems to other things? It's very important. So negative habits and fixed negative mindset is not going to work for us anymore. Why? It can limit us and it can even stop us in shining or even leading our people in a right way. So we need to break out from traditions to embrace new things and ways of doing things. Paradigm shift occurs when our paradigms change, allow us to see the world in a new light. Paradigm shifts are part of what Stephen Covey, if you haven't read this book, please try to do. Stephen Covey describes it in the 7 habits of highly effective people. In that book, Covey presents his ideas about increasing personal and professional success. Said by Stephen Covey, he said, shifting paradigms starts from the inside, and your actuality determines your mentality. Your belief system determines what you think and the action you take, and changing what you are thinking by developing your mind. And your experience are directed from your thinking. Change your racial belief to equality beliefs as a leader. Change your impossible, and possibility starts in the mind. Your paradigm shift will give the right concept of change. And you have to change that you socialize with, your spirituality and your psychology. I love this statement. In fact, I will tell you that if you don't gain anything much on this program today, please, I want to implore you. This statement is very important. In fact, may I suggest it that you look for that book on, the title of the book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Please, if you can get that book and read it, it will transform your lives and your relationship. Very important. It takes courage to do something you know everyone won't love or appreciate. It takes courage to keep going when people around you don't or can't understand. It takes courage to look them in the eye and say what you think it is possible. Negative relationship, emotions, and low esteem can hinder the purpose. But however, you know you need to show up and show why you are here on earth, who you are, and your purpose. Because these are the things that will empowers you. These are things that will build your confidence, your self-esteem. You need to embrace good change to fulfill your purpose. You may be scared, but do not remain mediocre, or do not remain ignorant. Don't stay in your comfort zone, and do not live an isolated life without fulfillment. As a leader, you are called to lead. You are created to be a leader. You have what it takes to lead others. You have the solution, and every leader is solution oriented. So you can't keep it to yourself. You can't be isolated. So if an ego can make a life-saving and life-changing decision at the age of 40, why can't we? It is never too late to rethink and to restart again and reinvent your life, your business, and your relationship, and even your leadership. It's not too late. There's nothing too late. As long as we live and we are still breathing, we can still make it. We can have a second chance. We can change things around. We can change the system. We can stand out and distinguish ourselves in the crowd and say, no, I will not compromise myself. I will not compromise my faith. I will not compromise what I stand for. That's why you are on this platform. Like I said to you, my job here is to water, to plant and to water, to prepare the way for you to learn more about leadership and management. So you need to join the WhatsApp this evening for the great teacher to now elaborate everything for you to get the technical part of this leadership and management. My own on this platform is to share my inspirational nugget of wisdom, to prepare your mind, to give you something to think about, to make you, to drive you to want to learn, and not only learning, to lead you to understand why you need to learn, why you need to know that principles, and also give you the ability to understand and also to apply it into your life. It's not only about certificates or awards. It's not only about sitting down, listening and learning. It's more to apply it into your life. Have you heard this? Information are free. Information can be free, can be free and can be cheap. But implication or application, implementation are very costly. How you use the words you've learned these 10 days is what matters. So get the better understanding. Because when you get the better understanding of what we are trying to let you know here, studying all these things and getting the better understanding of it and applying it to your life, your leadership will reach a higher level. So having problem is common on earth, but the attitude to solve it makes a difference. Today, we are talking about the core leadership, the core skills of a leadership, the quality of an effective leader. And these are the things I want you to think of. Having a problem is it's very common on earth, but the attitude to solve it makes a difference. Remember I said, the number one key of a leader is to solve a problem, is to lead people to solve that problem, to reach their goals, to achieve that purpose. But how you do it, your attitude, your character, your action will determine the level of your operation. So don't be afraid to make that paradigm shift from today. Accept it and move gracefully to solve somebody's problem or the nation's problem or even the world's problem. Yes, mindset or the state of mind of every individual, personalities, governments, influencers, and philanthropies is needed to change our belief system. Our belief system dictates how we operate and perform, behave, relate, become, manage others, how we perceive ourselves as well, and perceive others, because the way you see yourself is how you will see others. So if you can see yourself in a great way as a great leader, then you will see others as well. That's where respect will come. That's where humility will come. How we treat ourselves and we treat others. How we manage the resources available. Government, leaders, governors, leaders, please. It's very important. How you manage the resources, the directors. It's very important. The managers, the resources in the company, presidents, governors, ministers, the resources in the country. The truth is, every individual needs to contribute to solving these issues of human rights. We need to be there, contribute it wherever you are. You don't have to have a title. You don't have to gain a position before you contribute to the society. The Oxford English Dictionary said, mindset as a way of thinking. So how are you thinking right now? An attitude. What's your attitude towards achieving their goals? What's your attitude behind your leadership? Opinions, especially the habitual one. English language learner definition of thoughts is an idea, opinion, pictures that is formed in our mind. Something that you think of, the art of your thinking about details of something. So when you see a leader behaving in something in another way round, it's because of the state of their mind. The Bible says, and I quote, out of the abundance, the Bible says that as you think, as a man thinks, so is he. So you become who you are thinking of. And he also says that out of the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. And when you speak, you take action. So what are you storing? Negative, corruption mind, and others, abuse? Because how can a leader, a distinguished leader, a respected leader, go out there to mesmerize the mind of a youth? How can a leader, a devoted leader, a respected leader in the society, go out there to abuse the women? How can a leader? It's because of this situation. Yes, it is good for us to know all the principles of a leader. It's good for us to know the steps to take as a leader. It's good to know the characteristics of a leader. It's good to know the different types of a leader or leadership style. But then, how can you apply those style, this leadership style, and your mind is still corrupted, and your mind is still negative, and your mind is still polluted? So if you change, everything will change for you as a leader. Even everything around you will change. If you are a leader in a corporate company, if you are a leader in an organization, if they have placed you as a manager, if they have placed you or voted for you as the president and head of state of a country, it's all going to depend on what is in your mind for the people, for the nation, for your company. Carol Dweck says there's two mindsets of negative, of fixed and growth mindset will affect your life and career and your leadership skills. The wisdom is the principal thing, and in all our getting, we get understanding, better understanding of lives, which lead you to better and quality performance and fulfill in life. We always stay and begin with personal development. You are the mirror that the world is looking through. So how are you presenting yourself as the light, as the mirror, as a leader, as a role model? Okay. So like what I have said before, I hope you are thinking. I'm not here to give you all the principles. You can go to Google, you can Google them, you can go to YouTube, you can research them, you can study more. But I am focusing on your present state of mind. So if we are talking about the core values of leadership, for people to want to trust you, is because they want to observe you, they want to see you, they want to hear you, they want to see what you are doing. They want to follow that. If it is good, they want to follow. If it is bad, some people will follow. So how are they going to trust you? How are you going to let them know that what you are saying is truth? How are you going to work effectively, excellently, and be committed to people, of serving people, and be accountable and take responsibility? How are you going to do that? Come this evening, and Dr. Lonson will teach you all that. Quality of an effective leader is to be true to yourself, be honest to yourself, be the best version of yourself. How can you consider yourself as a leader? Your action is your leadership. Your attitude and your boldness, your courageous, your confidence. Right. Here is where we are going again. I'll quickly rush it. I can't expand it. I believe later on, we still have 10 days. We will be touching all these things and you will get it right. Problem solver, the very most important thing in life. We all came to this world for one thing, to solve somebody's problem. We are problem solver. So any action we are taking, every position we find ourselves, always know this, that problem is what we need to be solving. So what problem are you solving as a leader? What problem are you prepared to solve? To solve? Problem of economy, problem of social, problem of agriculture. There is a problem. That is the fact. And that's why we are a leader, to come and solve it, to bring ideas, our creativities, innovative. And you can't do it alone. So you need to surround yourself with great teams that you can work together. And that's why you are a leader. You need to add something others needed. You have something you don't know. You have to research it. You have to discover it. You have to recognize it in you. Somebody is waiting for you out there for you to give it to them. They are waiting. They are tiredly waiting. They are fed up of their condition. They are fed up of their situation. And you are here to give them what they need to come out of that situation as a leader. Understanding timing and preparation. I believe that's one of the things that we are doing here today. We are coming here to learn, to understand, and also to prepare ourselves for our leadership. We can prepare ourselves and reposition ourselves as well. I want few people that are joining us today, including me. I want our leadership to be transformed. And the only way to get that is when we renew our mindset and keep growing it with the right information. Respect authority as a leader. Understand how to overcome the stigma of a questionable background or condition. Understanding. So that means you need to research. You need to sit down with other experts, the strategists. Ability to network and connect with people, because you need others to fulfill your own tenure of leadership. You need others' ideas. You need to borrow their ideas. You need to borrow what they have in order for you to achieve the goals with your team. You can even have ideas in the house. It depends on how you present yourself. It depends on your leadership style. Because your member of your team might have the solution. Member of your team might have an idea that can make you to break free, break loose, break through. Respect yourself. Respect others. If you can't respect yourself, others will respect you. And what you give to others is what others will give to you. So as a leader, if you respect others, others as well will respect you. Be patient. Rome is not built in a day. Yes, sometimes in our eye, we've had a dream. We want it to come, boom, boom. No, be patient. There is time for everything. There's a season. And also be grateful. Show gratitude to your team members. Show gratitude to even the position, the people that promoted you. Show gratitude to those that are mentoring you. Show gratitude to God Almighty that have given you that opportunity, that favor, that grace to lead. Empathy is also one of the qualities. This is the capacity to understand and feel what another person is experiencing. from within their frame of influence. That is the capacity to place oneself in one position. Integrity is the practice of being honest, showing a consistent and uncompromising to strong moral and ethical principle and values. Integrity is regarded as the honesty and truthfulness or accuracy of one's action. Very, very important. If you say your time is 10 o'clock, if your time of your meeting is 10 o'clock, let it be 10 o'clock. Humility is the quality of being humble. Like I said, you need to humble yourself. Accountability is ethic and governance. Accountability is availability. Blame, liability, and the expectation of accounting given. You need to be accountable, responsible, and use wisely your authority. And transparency. This implies oneness, communication, and accountability, and serve to motivate behavior that will help achieve one goals. Be transparent in your doings, in your leadership, and open. Let people know that you are real. You are a human being as well. You can fail, you can fall, you can make mistakes. And that is why we need to humble ourselves. Simple language. I'm sorry. Thank you. These are simple language that we can use. No one knows it all. No one is perfect. We are all getting better, learning to get better every day. Determined is a positive emotional feelings. Let me tell you something. We are all surrounded with negativity. There's so many things that are so difficult. There's so many things that look like it is not going to be possible. But then you can be determined that you can change that impossibility to possible. You can change that negative to positive. You can turn your obstacles to, okay, yes, this is the obstacles, this is the challenges. But you can change it to, oh, what is the opportunities for me to grow from these challenges? What is the opportunities for me to learn from these challenges? What is the opportunity for me to gain from these challenges? That should be your focus, not focusing on the challenges and the obstacles and the problems and the possibilities. So determination occurs pro to goals attainment. The roads are not going to be straight. It's going to be rough time. But like I said, that only the tough people go through the tough road. And as a leader, that's what you need. Ability to listen. Wow, this is very important, especially to our young ones. Are we listening? Are we spending time? Are we spending enough time to listen to them? They have their own ideas. And remember, we are in the moment of change. So we can bring them in. We can invite them to the table. We can empower them. We can even guide them. But if we shun them away, they won't be able to learn or to lead. When we grow older and we go to heaven, they have to take over. So why don't we encourage them now? Bring them to the table, empower them, delegate works for them, and trust in them, and listen to their ideas. They might not get it right. Remember, we too, we started very young. Not everything we do that was right. We make our own mistakes. We fall down several times. We fail several times before we get it right. And we still might not be getting it right yet because we are still in the process of transformation. So the same things, we need to give them that opportunity and listen to them and guide them and give them the power. Give them the power to be able to express themselves. Effective communication is very important as a leader. You need to you need to learn more about communication skills. When you know that and you open your mouth, you don't need to struggle. The word will come for you. The word will seek you. The word will want to hear your own ideas. But how you communicate it, your ideas, is very important. Openness, you need to open. Negotiate skills. All these things I'm talking about and listing here, we have so many books, so many videos and audios that you can listen to, that you can read to improve your skills. That is why I'm not here for technicality. I'm here to just inspire you and prepare your mind. I'm an inspirational and transformational leader and speaker and trainer. Management. How do you manage your time? Manage yourself before you can manage others. Manage your own resources, your own money, before you can manage the company's money, before you can manage the government's money, the nation's purse. Manage yourself first. Manage your emotions. Manage your needs, your desire. Manage your time. Commitment and diligence. This is very important. Every time you get that appointment, that position, always focus on the commitment. Be committed. That will earn your own position and your certificate and your awards. Don't just get there at a position, appointment, and sit down at the edge of the fence. Contribute to it. They trusted you. So be committed. Be diligent in whatever you're doing. What you start small, when you keep doing it, then you get better, then you get greater, then you get promotion. Decision making. Be a good decision maker by having a critical thinking. Analyze, research, finding. Before you make your decision, think. Stay quiet. Think. Don't rationally make that decision, because you might regret it at last. It might not even be the right decision at that time. Maybe some you need to reserve. Maybe some you need to say it now. Maybe some you need to say it later, or not say it at all. A learner is a reader, and as a leader, you are a learner. Consistent. Now, these are the assignment for you. I've just mentioned all these qualities, but you need to now research it if you really want to gain the revelation of it and take action. You want to get better understanding. You want it to reflect your leadership, your life. So what do you understand about consistent? That you need to do is your assignment. What do you mean by empower or educate? Sustainable. I'm sure this is not new, especially with all our NGOs and organizations and government. Sustainable. Everybody's thinking about sustainable development goals. What do you understand by that? And how are you going to contribute to this? To your life, your leadership, your nation, your company, your organization, even your employer. These of winning attitude towards success. I'm sure I've mentioned some of them several times. You see, dream, have a dream. Decision making, discover, design goals, develop new skills, design, determination, diligent, discipline. So I'm not going to say much about that, but there's a particular one I would like to ask. What is your why? Why do you want to be an effective leader? I think we mentioned all this yesterday. So know your why you want to achieve and become and succeed. Decision making, you have a choice and you have the ability to make that decision as a leader. All decisions are right, but you will need to take responsibility and accountability of your decision. There is no right or wrong decision. It depends on, because my opinion might be different from yours. It's only when you now communicate it well for others to understand why you make that decision. So probably that's the time that they will look at it as if to them it is right. And always ensure you assess the situation, assess yourself, assess the condition with SWOT analysis, pros and cons, positive and negative, advantages and disadvantages. Don't just rush into making decisions. Okay, so I'm not going to say this because I really need to close up this. But let me share this with you. In life, we were taught to look outside ourselves for all the things we thought were missing from our lives. But the truth is that there is a life force within each person. Look inside as a leader and discover yourself. Your heart and soul are a lot wiser than you think. And if you could just get into the habit of conversing your soul, listening, trusting the one that created you and me, you will soon discover that all the answers you were once so desperately seeking outside yourself are really within you. You are more valuable than all the labels that have been placed on you. You are neither a finished product nor a fixed product or fixed being. Who you are is constantly changing. Like I said to you, it's a transformation, and transformation is a process, and it is lifelong. So you are changing every day, growing and developing. As a leader, you never stop building yourself up. You never stop making yourself better. You will become new and better every day as a leader. So when our experts teaches us this afternoon or this evening on this call of leadership and other topics that is going to share with us, always make sure that you are ready to become new and get better. You should not wait for others to validate yourself. And let me say it as well. You should not wait for others to validate you or to evaluate you or to praise you. Praise yourself first. Build yourself up. It is a truth that other people cannot determine how worthy and valuable you truly are. Most people have no idea how valuable they themselves are. So if they don't know themselves, definitely they are ready to put other people down and criticize and, judge them. Most people allow external things like places, people, circumstances to determine how much they are worth. And so they judge themselves as being worthy or not so worthy based on the same criteria. You should know that these things have nothing to do with your value and self-worth as a leader. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that whom you are is not enough and that you need other people's approval, love, validation in order for you to feel worthy or valuable. This last statement to me is very, very important. Why? Majority of our youth are waiting for validation. Majority of our children, our youth, They are waiting, and even ladies, they are waiting for somebody to tell them they love them, they are so sweet. Majority of us fall into the trap of the abusers, the penetrators, the manipulators, because you don't know who you are. And the intention, and some bad leaders, we just take that for granted. They abuse, they manipulate, they put weapons into the hands of the innocent youth to fight while they are sitting in their own office or in their own house. They give them drugs. They empower them with wrong attitude, wrong information. That's the more reason why you need to develop yourself as a leader and do the right thing for you, for your family, and even for the nation. Don't let anybody pull you down. Don't let anybody say you are nothing. Don't let anybody criticize you. Let them say, any critics or their opinions or their judgmental, turn it around. Make it your own way of developing yourself. If they say they are not good, if they say you are not good, change their story, change their attitude, their critics, change the negativity into positive. Challenge what they have said you cannot do and do it. That is why you are on this platform, because you are developing yourself to be an effective leader. Let me also say this. In every situation you find yourself as a leader, make use of the place. Humble yourself and become an effective and transformational leader. Leader that people can say, oh yes, he did his own, she did his own. Another thing I would also like to say, based on this statement that I've made here, always make sure that you follow your instinct. Follow your instincts. Don't do things because others are doing it. Every leader should have one purpose of making a change and be different. If that is not your purpose, you will end up working in the same system like our older systems. You will end up falling into their traps. And it will be like a circle going round and round. You enter a company, you observe, you study that company, see what the solution you can bring to the table. Don't join others complaining. You enter into the government system. Watch carefully. Observe what you are bringing in to make a difference. Don't go there and join the system. You can turn the system around. You have the ability and the power. They employ you for a job. You went to that company. Go there for a focus of solution. Because sometimes, look at it that you are being paid for the solution you are making. Don't just go there to say, at the end of the month, I will get my salary. No. Make a change. Make a difference. And stand out for what you believe. And be different and be distinguished. Whatever you sow now, in the future is coming back to you. Whatever you give to the society now, in the future you will gain it. You will be rewarded for it. That is what a leader's mind should be. That is the state of a leader. Learn all the skills that you need to become an effective leader. Okay, so this is your time to achieve, to become an effective leader and a manager. Manage what has been entrusted in your hands. And when you're a leader, bring ideas that can help and push and move the company forward. Let it be that while you are there, things changed. While you are in that company, things have started moving, improving. While you are in that organization, things have started forming and transforming. So reason why our leaders fail. They refuse to take responsibility for any of the challenges the organization is facing. Instead, they are looking at themselves of what they are gaining. Please, every leader, let your mind be out of what you want to gain. Let it be what you want to give first. Give first before you receive. Give solutions first before you take. One of the reasons as well is abusing the privilege of being a leader. Like I said before, be human, be humble, and respect. Don't abuse it. It's the grace that you are where you are. You didn't, yes, you might have been reading and educating yourself and managing yourself, improving yourself, but it's not enough. Majority can have the same degree you have and they're out of jobs. They abuse the power because they think they have it all, but they've forgotten something, that God of the universe is above them. And they have to be treading the path carefully. They need to be mindful of what they are doing, their actions. Poor communication skills, like I said, is one of the things, it's one of the reasons why we fail as a leader. How are you communicating? How are you listening to people? How are you comprehending what you've learned? How are you implying it into your life? Blind to current situation. We are here for a purpose, to solve problem. So if you ignore that that problem is there and deny that, I wonder what your leadership is all about. Poor self-management. If you cannot manage yourself, you cannot manage anything that has been entrusted in your hands. And when leaders set the wrong example, it's also, they fail. So we need to be careful and be mindful of how we are to others, how we are laying good example. We are the role model as a leader. Again, I will remind you, everything in life requires hard work. So developing yourself as a leader is hard work, because it's not only just sitting in front of me listening. It's about you understanding what we've said and apply it into your life. Dedication. You need to be dedicated to what you are doing. Dedicate your life. Take it as if that is your lifetime. Commitment. Be committed to it. And others. Okay. So I think I'm just about to round up within the 3 minutes so that I can open up for questions. The state of your mindset will determine how you embrace differences. That all of us are different and we are not perfect. And we come from a diversity of lives. And we need to be human as well as promoting humanity. Surround yourself with like-minded people that will influence you, that will impact into your life, that you can learn from them, learn from their mistakes. And your even association, because your association, your circle will determine who you will become. Very, very important. Let me quickly say this before I go. The difference between positive mindset and growth mindset, you need to know. Positive mindset sees the other side of the situation and turns the present situation around. So like we are saying, when problems and challenges and obstacles surround us, which always do, that's a fact, you need to see beyond it and know that there is a better and the other coin. When you take your coin, there's one side, there's another side. So every negativity, there is positive behind it. So you need to see beyond the situation. But the growth mindset analyze the situation. Okay, what's gone wrong with this problem? Our economic problem or even our finances? our management, the team, what is going on. You assess it, you analyze it, you find the real problem, and then you now find the solution. If you don't know the problem, if you don't understand the problem, you cannot find the right solution to that problem. So that is that one. Okay, so I'm not going to talk anymore. I just want to hear from people. But there's something else I want to quickly share with you quickly before we go. And that is, if I miss it, yeah, this one. Mindset for transformational leaders. So this is the acronym. If you don't remember any other thing, this one is also very important. The M stands for be mindful. Be willing to motivate others. Monitor your mentees or those people that are learning from you. Don't just leave them to go on with whatever they are doing. Monitor them. Because sometimes we mentors, we think we just talk. It's not about talking. We have to engage in their lives or in their activities so that when they are stuck, you are able to help them. When they fall, you are able to lift them up. When they go out of the track, you are able to turn them back to the same track. So you need to monitor and mentor. I stand for inspire. Inspire others every day of your lives, including your mentees, your leaders, your even co-workers, your partners, your collaborators, your team members. Always be an inspiration to them. Inspire them. You know why? We all go through so many things. Like I always say, these clothes we are wearing covers many things. It covers. Even when anybody's going through health issue, it still covers. Even when people are going through their mental state, this clothes still covers. Even when people are going through their emotions, this thing still covers. But then when you inspire them, you touch their lives, you give them hope, and you are showing to them that you are there. They are not alone. So you need to inspire as a leader. You need to impart whatever you know. You need to duplicate it into other people's lives. Influence, and also share great and right information. N stands for new ideas, new skills, new beginning. You are not too young. You are not too young to learn, and you are not too old to learn. Keep learning to gain new ideas, new skills, and new beginnings, and start all over again. S stands for support. There are millions of people, especially the youth, the women and the children. They need your support. They have great ideas, but there is no support. So you need to support, sponsor, and share what you have. You are blessed to be a blessing to others. That makes you a leader. Then you have ideas, share it, suggest. Don't just make yourself somebody that doesn't care. Be proactive. Even when you are making decision on any group or any platform or anywhere, when there is discussion, get involved, suggest. When there is director meetings or advisory board meetings, be there to suggest and save lives, save times, save relationship, save the world, save your nation, save your community. E stands for empower, education, empathy, and encouragement. T stands for transform, training, teaching, and testing, because transformation is ongoing. You teach, you are transforming. You learn, you are transforming. You study, you are transforming. You help others, you are transforming. Be mindful of what you are saying. Be mindful of what you are teaching. Be mindful of what you are leading. Be mindful of how you are treating others. I want to believe that great leaders on this platform will make a change and you will influence others. motivate, mentor, and also monitor, like we said before. Okay. Mindset to face challenges of life as a leader. Remember, how we believe dictates how we operate, behave, and become, how we perceive and treat others, and even perceive the situation, how we manage the resources available, how we share it equally, like wages, positions, recognition, promotion, and respect. All this in details, I believe our expert, Dr. Lonston, will share with us in the evening on WhatsApp. Mastering your mind for challenges is one of the greatest life challenges of all. Your mind controls your perspective. It informs how you receive and process your interaction with the world around you, even your team members. Unlike other things, you can claim mastering over after a finite amount of time. The mind can take some a lifetime to master. Leaders see challenges as an opportunity and obstacles for growth and learn. So what does a challenge mean? That is another thing I would like it to research on and write about. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of this. If there's any questions, please ask. And we are finishing in few minutes. Thank you for listening.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Prof. Make my day. What you share is very, very important. It's a great information that you gave it to us today. I'm very grateful for your time and for your sacrifice. Prof, I have thing. One thing is contribute towards what you said and what I have done so far. And second one will be a question that I want to ask. The first one, I came here England 10 years ago, and I don't know the system, anything, and I got a job. Someone put me a job in University of Hertfordshire, and as a letter picker. I was doing this work around March, was cold. I managed to do it within 6 months. I got award from the university because they said how I managed to do the work. No one done that before. So I make sure that everything tidy, everything goes well. Accommodation, if some students are coming, even my supervisor Diane was because of pressure, she resigned from the work. But I stood up and do this job, and the 6 months I got award, and I also went with my client, and also when they brought into my attention, they said the past mixing, so the company lose about billions of pounds every year. So say, I work in cuisine and also pricing. And I said, how can the past missing every time? So I decided to call my manager. I wasn't the leader. I just a worker, but I wanted to contribute. So I called my manager. I said, okay, what I can suggest is I will gonna work in cuisine. I would receive the pass and I book it. I want to book it individually. People used to book them bulk if, when they receive whether laziness or what. When they receive the invoice, they just check in and book it into the system. I say, I talked to my manager, let me book this into individual boxes so that we can know how many quantity we receive. And if we missing from the driver side or from the warehouse or in the warehouse here. So my manager agreed. So when we did this, I book individuals, they monitor the system. At the end of the day, they catch one of the team leader who is stealing the pass. He come to work early, then he's stealing the pass, and So what? As I want to add, if you are a leader, you have to do something, or if you want to be a leader, you have to do something to affect the company, influence the where you are working. Let them benefit. Let them see that you have different but different don't know how to put it. You are a different person. You know everything, and the wisdom also. Pray for God to give you a wisdom, because the wisdom can do everything. Because me myself, I don't have good qualification because of from poor family in Africa. So I don't have good qualification, but I didn't allow that thing to put me. I became a Christian. I always pray, God give me wisdom, give me direction to do things that people that have qualification, big qualification, some of them they can't have that wisdom, because that wisdom is God given. So upon all these things, your mindset and pray and get wisdom direction also from God. And my question also I want to ask, with all this you speak, mindset and our Africa, we are our people in Africa. I don't know, our mindset is not. I don't know how to put it, because the politician taking advantage over us, and these politicians they have degrees, good qualification, and they need to know what to, and instead of leading the country, our country, we have resources. If you check in abroad, even UK, they don't have much resources. They depend on taxes. But our country, we have a lot of resources. Why we struggle? Other people struggle because of selfish and bad leaderships. So, and people, these people that they
Okay,
are
all right. Because of time, I
okay.
understand everything you said, but I want to ask you one question. One
Mhm.
question.
Okay.
Since Monday that we've started this week, summarize everything you've said.
Yeah.
From Monday, when we
Mm.
started this program of leadership and management, and then I started inspiring you on this platform. One question I want to ask you, with the scenario of what you just shared, what do you think goes wrong? What was the missing point there?
Their mindset
Thank you. That's what
and
I
then
want to hear. That's
yeah,
that's all I want
yeah,
to hear.
yeah.
And another questions I need to ask you as well is that if you are in that position yourself, wherever you come from, I know
Mhm.
you are in UK, but your originality, where you come from, if
Got
you
it.
are in that position, what will you do at that
I
time?
would I would change my mindset,
Okay.
and I will put people first. Always doing that. I put people first. I think about them. But our leaders, they don't do that. They just
Okay, that's
selfish.
fine. That's fine. There is the reason why I asked that question is that that is your answer. That is who you are. That is the more reason why you are here on this platform to learn.
Yeah.
That is why, because like I told you, we have all these technology, I want to use that word, but I can't
Techniques.
use it. Techniques of
Yeah.
leaders and management. Okay. They are
Yeah.
all, we have millions of books on it. So it's not that people don't, but do they read it? Did they go for this seminar? Did they get better understanding? You made mention of majority goes to school, they have degree up to PhD level. But then if their mind is still fixed, despite the fact that they've gained all this knowledge, if their mind is still fixed, they cannot make that change.
Mm.
That's another thing. Another thing is attitude.
Yeah.
If they don't change their mindset and their attitude, they won't be able to apply.
Yes.
So another thing is, that is more reason why people like us, like Dr. Lonson and myself and other great leaders out there, they need to be invited to come and challenge or come and inspire them to say, yes, you have idea. Because I will tell you something, the solution of the problem is in the minds of everybody.
Yeah.
But because their mindset is not changed or renewed, it stays in them.
Yeah.
They are not ready to share it, and they are not ready to act on it. So
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do. But
Yeah.
how you will contribute to it is when you do your own part and you influence everyone around you.
Yeah.
You are number one. That number one, if they do the right thing, that number one can influence 1,000 people.
Yeah.
That 1,000 people, when you take that 1,000 people out and they are being influenced in the right way, those 1,000 people also will influence another 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And by the time we realize it, the whole world has been transformed,
Yeah.
and their mind has been renewed. So that's what we're saying, that you've come here individually, and that you need to take action. So
Yeah.
when you take the action and people can see that you are doing the right thing, those who want to follow you, those who want to learn from you, those who want to gain from your wisdom, from your knowledge, they will do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no point sitting at the from edge of the fence and saying government are not doing this, or the people, the leaders or something. The question you need to ask yourself is, what am I contributing?
Yeah.
What am I doing about it? Put yourself in that position that you are part of the government. Can you tell me quickly, what is government? What do you mean by government?
Yeah. The government is the those who now the government is those who leading to governance everything in our society and taking decision, making
Yes, I know, but who are the government?
we are I'm a
Thank
part
you.
of it.
Thank you. Government are the people for the people of the
Yeah.
people, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we
Yeah.
are all government.
Yeah.
It's only that some people will just be the leader.
Yeah.
So they are the leaders of the government,
Yeah.
of us all.
Yeah.
So that means every one of us has a part to play. And that's why we are challenging the
Yeah,
mind.
but Prof, they don't listen to you when
You
you
don't
put them.
have to, you don't have to be thinking
But
about that.
that's what I'm saying. If we can help the people, citizens, to change their mindset towards them,
Yes, when the
we can
opportunity comes, we do it.
we can we can
Let's
we can
let's
we can
let's
change it.
let's focus on what we can do. Let's focus on what we can change. Let's
Yeah.
focus on how we can contribute. Others will fall apart. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Any
welcome. Thank you.
questions? Because we need to round up. Any
Yes,
questions?
I have a question. I have a question.
Okay, Ambassador
I have a
Joseph.
question too.
Please, can you make your question brief? Because we need
Yes,
to finish on
I
time.
really appreciate this today's class. Indeed, it was wonderful. And my question goes this way: from the world that have impacted so much, which is mindset, that has to do with mindful of what you said, inspired everyone, which is the I, the new ideas, which is the N, the support, sponsor, share, the empower, the transformation, motivation, and mentor.
Okay, what's your
And
question? What's your
the question
question? Thank
the
you.
question is, okay, this is a leadership class. Do we have anything like a born leader, or is has to be you have to be trained to become a leader?
You are a leader. All what you are
Yes.
doing is improving your leadership skills.
Okay.
Everyone is born. Every one of us are leaders. Some
Okay.
of us might not recognize that. Some of
Okay.
us might shy away from that. Some of
Okay.
us, because of what we have seen, we might deny that. But we are all leaders. But
Okay.
the only thing is, what we are all doing, we are looking for a ways to improve our leadership skills, to make it
Okay.
effective, to make it impactful, to make it informative and transformative. That is what we are doing. But we are all leaders in every area of our lives, in every circumstance we find ourselves, and in any organization or even where you are in your locality. We are all leaders. But we just need to develop that leadership, or bring that leadership in us out and develop it. Discover it and develop it. That
Thank
is
you,
why.
Primo. Thank you, Primo. God bless
Somebody
you.
noted, only one person noted
Yes.
that we miss out
Uh,
D in my mindset. You know, when I say,
Yes.
yes, somebody, thank you so much for reminding me on that. Yes.
So what can we see?
D is dedicate your life in serving others. Dedicate your life in serving others. Determined that no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, no matter the challenges, you keep leading the team to the right way. You keep going because they are looking at you. You are the driver. So D also stands for driver. So you are the driver driving the car. Where you turn the driving to, where you turn it, the journey, where you turn your gear to, is where people will follow you in the car, isn't it? So determined that nothing will stop you in moving forward because you are the driver. Thank you so much for reminding me that I need to change that also on my slides. Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. Okay, any other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ambassador Emmanuel, yes. Question, and please
Yeah.
make it brief, because I know you all enjoy this class. You don't want to go, but
Yes,
I
of
need to
course.
go because we have to
Of
prepare
course.
for evening. Yes,
You've taken a whole
question.
lot of time. You need to rest.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
I want to appreciate you once again. I must say I'm very glad to be here again. You said something that caught my attention. You said who we are is consistently changing every day. Yes, that is true. And you also say that don't get into the system and just sit down. Yes, from the previous question that my other brother has asked, at least you've touched some part, but I'm really concerned about the society where some of us belong to, where even if they notice truly that the idea which you have in mind or which you have demonstrated is also positive, but they rather plan to either eliminate you or keep you silent. Like I can remember in some immediate time past, all the youth came out to demonstrate that, okay, we want a better government. But these people in power, because of their very highly influential people, they either use their financial capacity, man capacity, and all sorts of things to just push up behind bars. So in this question, in this context, what do we do? What do we do? Thank you, man.
It's an interesting question. Let me see if Dr. Lonson, are you in the house? I want you to contribute to this question because it's very, very important. Dr. Lonson Tom, are you in the house? Okay, all right. Let me try. My brothers on this platform, my brothers and my sisters, we have a job to. Who is that on the platform chatting while I'm speaking? Okay, let me say something. We cannot change the world. We cannot change the people. But then we are in the world where we have good people, bad people, and also ugly. Did you get it? We're in a world where we have the bad, the good, and the ugly. You understand? Even when we are talking about this government, because I'm also involving in, especially because I'm really interested in Africa generally, either Nigeria or South Africa or Liberia, I'm interested in the leadership in Africa. But you can agree with me that where we will find the bad ones, the baddies, are still the same place where you will find the good ones, and are still the same place where we will find the uglies. Okay. Another thing I also want you to know, that personality matters. Every one of us in this place, we represent the government. And from there, we have the weakness. All of us have our weakness. We also have our strengths. But some people will exhibit their strength, and some people will exhibit their weakness. Okay? Right.
Yes,
I want to believe something to all my brothers and sisters on this platform. If you want to make a change in your country, open your eyes widely and observe some of our leaders. I'm sure all of them are not bad. I'm 100% sure. Because until you connect to the right people and share your experience, your feelings, express yourself to the right people, they also will take position. They will also make a change. It's about connecting to the right people. Yes, only one person will become the president. And that president also will have an advisors around him. And some of the advisors can be good advisors, and some of them can be the bad one. So only God can direct us to reach out to that level. Understand? So that we can express. I'm sure some of them are ready to listen. Some of them do things out of their own selfishness. You can't stop that. You can't change them. But I still think that part of the government, some of them are ready for change. They want change. And you can connect with them in one way or the other. Because sometimes you might be fighting the battle that is not yours. You might be fighting the wrong battle. You might be, let me not use that word, you might be backing and not backing the right place. Imagine somebody somewhere 10 miles away. Someone is backing for what? And no one is listening. So, but then when we connect to the right people, maybe that is what the youth supposed to be doing. Don't quickly force yourself in because the place is blocked and they might not allow you. But there is a way you can connect with some good ones you think and start expressing yourself. That's number one. Number two, youth are the majority of every population in every country. So as you are looking at it that you want change, some youth also are looking for, oh, let's join the system and make money. Some youths are also sitting at the platform of social media, controlling, manipulating, and also destroying others. But you are good in your own way. So when you look at the government are the people of the people for the people. And we are the people. So you just need to research, observe them. Look at the way you can connect with the ones that are doing the right thing and express yourself. But before you even do that, what about you yourself? Because sometimes we look up and say, the government didn't do this, the government didn't do this. In your own locality, what are you doing? Because what you do as well can attract. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If I ask one question today, and that will be the last one. If I ask question, who do you think is one of the millionaire of Nigeria, for example? Who do you think you have in mind? Who is one of the millionaire that the world recognize in Nigeria? That the world.
I think Dangote.
Okay. Okay. So imagine somebody somewhere listen to this we're talking about now. Because of his wealth, anybody can listen to him for change. So if he has the same right mindset that you have, and you have the opportunity to connect with him, and you share and express yourself to him, that is another way around. That means you look out for the person that you think that others can listen to, majority can listen to, and you know that person has the right mindset, then you connect with that person. You understand? Because what I'm trying to say is that what you yourself also contributed to your locality matters. If you are folding your arms or roaming about, gossiping, or challenging the government, or blaming, and you yourself are not doing anything in your own area, in your own locality, how will your voice be heard? How?
No way. No way.
Eh?
No way.
I'm sure if another person, or is it Otedola? Is it Otedola?
Yes,
Please, do you know him? The one that just contributed to the fund and the something in Lagos? I'm sure if people like that has the right mindset, they can advise the government and they will listen to them. Why? Because he is doing great things in his own capacity. So what are you doing that will make people to believe in what you want to say to them? How are you imparting and influencing your own friends, your own group, your society, your locality? How? Before you want anybody else to listen to you, what are you doing? So for people to listen, you need to also contribute in your own little capacity. And when they see, or when you told them that this is what I am doing in my locality, they are ready to listen. So this job is not only for one people or set of people, it's for all of us. For example, at the moment, the little I can contribute to this now is for me to engage your mind. That's the only thing I'm doing. And from there, maybe somebody somewhere that is on the top, government might watch what I was doing. I'm doing, maybe on social media or anywhere, can approach me. Then you can be guaranteed that I will say what I have said on this platform to the person. It's not left to him to listen and to believe in what I've said. But if you are not doing anything yourself, how do you want to communicate with others for a change? How? How? Do that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
So we need to
Thank you.
reposition ourselves as youth. We are leaders. We can do more than what we are doing. It doesn't have to have money before you do something. No, you don't have to be rich before you do something. We are all blessed in one way or the other. So we need to look inside us. What can I contribute to the community? What can I do and influence my own friends? Let's start from there. For example, since Monday, I've been asking you, apart from the connectivity, I've been asking some of you, I said, invite your friends and your family. That is also part of impartation. Inviting your friends to come and listen themselves. Because the way you will say what I have said might not be enough. But when they come, they will also listen and learn. That's another way of contributing to the society. You are growing, you want others also to grow. You are getting better, you want others to get better.
Okay, come to you,
You are transforming your leadership, you want others to transform, because one person cannot lead the whole world. We are all leaders. And we have to develop ourselves alongside of inviting others as well to develop themselves. So it's not the work of one person. It is not the work of only Mr. President Tinubu from Nigeria. It's not. It's all of us. Dr. Lonson can testify this. During the campaigning, and they invited me to join one group so that they can support one particular person. I said, I am not against any candidates that are striving to become a president. But all what I'm saying is that the job is not only for the person that is the president, it's for every one of us. So we need to have the mindset of what are we going to do to make a change? Individual. Because the president will
Thank
know
you, ma'am.
himself. The president will know himself. He can't know everybody in the cabinet. He can only know himself. And though he can't do the job by himself alone, so you have to entrust the cabinet members. So it's not depend on the cabinet members as well to know themselves individually. I think we've done now. Any other questions? Shall we leave the questions till tomorrow? Or you...
Just a quick one.
Quick, okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma. I really apologize for not able to join the class from Monday. And I really want you to please, I need the tape because I'm aspiring to be the chairman of my union and I'm contesting with over 5 men. So I really need your mentorship, ma. Thank you so much for the inspiration today. I'm so happy and I'm blessed.
Okay, thank you so much. But guess what? We have a protocol on this platform. So what I will advise you, connect with the founder of Prestige Cronza Consulting Firm, which in the name of Dr. Lonsington. Are you on the platform learning? Because the program still continues. Okay, so connect with him direct. Show your interest that you want to connect with me. And then it will tell you, it will guide you what to do. Because we have a protocol on this platform. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Right. I want to seize this opportunity to thank every one of you. I believe we've answered some of your questions. I want to recognize my YYCI leaders in the name of Ambassador Dr. Stephen Temitokwe Davidson, Ambassador Jacob Kanma, and others as well that have left because of the connectivity challenge. I want to appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. And tomorrow is another day at 10 o'clock here in UK and 11 o'clock in Nigeria. I don't know the time in other countries in Africa or all over the world at the moment, but please feel free to join us on this platform tomorrow morning as we continue with this teaching. Meanwhile, like I said, I am not a teacher. I'm not your lecturer. So if you want to learn more in depth about the technical or techniques of leadership and management, so please join the WhatsApp link, which my leader has already posted it on the chat box. Join that link so that you can join the WhatsApp this evening and learn more in depth about all that. I am an inspirational and transformational speaker, leader, trainer, and youth mentor. And that is what I focus on, and also advisor to many, many, many organizations. So that is why my time is so limited. So, but then you can follow the protocol and then we'll be able to guide you through. Okay, so I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you so much for really, really showing interest to learn from my inspirational nugget of wisdom and also all your questions. I believe you still need more answers. So please read books, keep learning, research more. Don't just stop there on what I have shared with you today. So I believe we will see you all this evening while we listen attentively to learn from the great master, Dr. Lonsington. So on this note, I want to say thank you to all my friends on Facebook for joining us today. Thank you for your contributions. We really appreciate you. Please come back tomorrow again and let us learn and share together. Feel free to also comment on the Facebook and also chat box on the Zoom link. Thank you so much for your time. We keep spending our time. I try to be conscious, but because of the questions and answers which needs to be answered, that is why we roll off or roll on the time. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. Keep learning, keep sharing, and keep building yourself up. Because you know what? You are repositioning yourself and you are preparing for the future. And your future is bright, it's greater, and it's going to be better. And guess what? One of you, if not two or three, can become the president of a nation, head president,
Amen.
head of state of a nation, and also advisor and director and founder of many organizations. You are also going to be the leader in your locality. So keep learning and keep improving yourself, because yes, you can. And
Yes.
engaging your mindset is what we stand for. And that's why we will keep teaching you, sharing our knowledge and wisdom and experience, and also training and also mentoring you. So thank you for your time for today. So
Thank you, ma'am.
in this time, I would like to thank you so much, Miss Comfort. Thank you so much, Lord James Gottfried Owusu. Thank you so much, Ambassador Jacob. Thank you so much, Ambassador Stephen. Thank you so much, Engineer Wilfred Okelezo. I was thinking I will hear your voice today, but maybe tomorrow. Thank you so much, Ozarieme. Thank you so much, Sister Ilori Rita. Thank you, and thank you for your time spent with me this afternoon. Now, I would like to end this program today. Please join us on WhatsApp this evening as we continue our learning on leadership and management. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.